The moment you finally get sick of your own bullshit, that's the real turning point in any and every man's life. It's not your birthday. It's definitely not the new year, not a breakup, not a new gym membership, not a podcast, not some cringe motivational clip that you see on Instagram. None of that. Your life changes the moment you can look in the mirror and admit, bro, this version of me is not it. And I'm done lying to myself. If that line made your chest tighten up a little bit, then this video is exactly what you needed. Because stick with me today, because this might be the most life-changing video you watch all year. Because I'm about to talk to you about the version of you that you keep avoiding. That version of you that keeps ruining your progress, and that version of you that can only die when you finally get sick of your own excuses. Because trust me, I've been there, sick of my own excuses, self-sabotaging it. So let's get into the video, because this is going to be a powerful one. The most important realization of your life. There's a moment in every man's life that feels like a punch to the ribs. It's usually a quiet moment, a private moment. That kind of moment that you never forget as long as you live, because you have to sit there and look around, look at your habits, your results, your body, your goals, your progress, your life in general, and then something finally clicks. You realise I'm the problem, but that also means that I'm the solution. So that moment hurts, but it also wakes you up like nothing else really can. Because most men spend their entire life running from that moment. They blame the stress, their life, their past. They blame timing, they blame anything but themselves. But deep down, they know the truth. They're living at probably 10% of the potential, 20% at a push, and they're pretending they cannot feel the discomfort and the unhappiness. If you ever sat there alone and thought to yourself, I know that I could be doing more than this, should be doing more than this, then congratulations. Your soul is still alive. You've just acted like it's not about reaching your full potential yet. The real reason that you feel lost, let me just be abrasive with you for a second. The real reason that you feel lost is not because you lack motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It's because you're addicted to the version of you that keeps disappointing yourself. Let me say it again. You're addicted to the version of yourself that keeps disappointing to yourself. The emotional self, the lazy self, the self-sabotaging self, the self that keeps the comfort as the win, the self that keeps saying, I'll start next week, like your life's not happening right now in the present moment. That version of yourself is the one that's keeping you stuck. And here's the hardest part to face up to. You defend that version like it's your best mate, like it's serving you in any way, shape or form. You know, because every man has done it, including me. There were years when I knew that I was underperforming. Years where my potential was just screaming inside me like a trapped animal, screaming to come outside. Years where I would look at my life and think, how am I still here? How am I still living like this? I've got so much to give to the world and to myself, but I'm just not doing it. But instead of doing something about it, I did what most men do. I numbed it away. I smoked it away, sniffed it away, drank it away, fake laughed it away, pretending that I was fine, pretending that life was good. But I was avoiding the truth, because the truth would have forced me to take responsibility. And taking responsibility really does feel scary until you do it, and then it becomes the most liberating thing in the world, because once you take responsibility, you realise how powerful you are. And the beautiful thing is you don't need more time. You need to make a decision, because every man waits after Christmas, after my birthday, after work calms down, when some motivation kicks in and I feel good again. Bro, your excuses have more planning than your goals. Let that sink in. You don't need time. You need to make a decision right now in this present moment. One decision to stop living like a watered down version of yourself. One decision to stop choosing the easy path. One decision to stop breaking your own promises. One decision to finally level up. Because people think life changes over months, but it doesn't. Life changes in the minutes. The minute you decide to stop bullshitting yourself and level up. That's the exact reason I created the Become Unfuckwithable Blueprint. Because a man cannot transform on feel-good vibes. He needs structure, clarity, and accountability. He needs alignment. He needs a system that keeps him improving and moving forward and momentum building on the good days and the bad days. The blueprint is a system that rebuilds men, but you still must decide to use it. The link's in the description. Click it and download it for free. Or comment blueprint and I'll send it to you directly. But I want you to look at your last 24 hours honestly, not emotionally, not defensively, and look at your actions. Did you act like the man that you know you can be? Or did you act like the man that you're still trying to outgrow? Because your habits tell the truth that your mouth will not say. Because here is what most men do. They talk like a warrior, but they're living their life like a passenger. Let me say it again. They're talking like they're going to smash it, but then don't do anything. And nothing changes in your life until you close that gap. But let me ask you something personal. Have you ever caught yourself saying, bro, what am I doing with my life? In a moment of honesty. Because that sentence is your soul begging you to level up and start fulfilling your potential. But you ignore it, avoid it, laugh it off, overcompensate and distract yourself pretending that you're fine. But it comes back around every single time, because you already know that you were built for more than your current life that you're currently living. And you do not need someone to tell you to level up. You need someone to tell you this. Your life will stay exactly the same until you get so sick of your own behaviour that you genuinely cannot continue being that same man for another day. Because the days go by, the weeks go by, the years go by, and then you realise you're living as a watered down version of yourself. There's the internal gap between the two versions of you. One's powerful, disciplined, sharp, focused, capable, confident and aligned and hungry for more. The other one's fearful, distracted, comfort addicted, emotionally reactive and avoidant, insecure and scared to even try and level up. You know both versions well and you've lived both. You've seen glimpses of the strong one. Usually it's on a random day where you finally decide to take some action and that action makes you feel alive. And you've seen that far too much version. You've seen that way more than the weaker version of yourself, because the weaker version wins because you feed him. You feed him with procrastination, with comfort, with dopamine, distractions, excuses, with low standards and with a lifestyle that keeps you feeling safe but small. The stronger version of you is starving. Not because he lacks potential, but because you rarely give him a chance to even come to the surface. And do you know what happens when you wake him up? Not motivation, not hype, not feel-good vibes, not a speech, not a podcast. It's self-awareness. That moment that you realise, I can't keep living like this small, watered-down version of myself. Then everything shifts. Because the most honest question you'll ever ask yourself is this. Ask yourself, and don't rush to get to the answer. Because if you do not change a single habit over the next year, will you be proud of the man that you become? And I want you to really be honest with yourself. And you'll know the answer instantly. And if that answer stings and you feel it in your chest and you feel like, fuck, I've got work to do, then good. Let it sting, because pain creates clarity and clarity creates action. And the reason most men never level up is because they don't slow down long enough to feel the discomfort of their own choices. Their whole life is a distraction. Noise, screens, vices, stimulation, weekend binges, escapism and avoidance. And when you avoid yourself, you can't improve yourself. So let me say something raw. If you spent half as much time improving your life as you do spending it, escaping from it, then you wouldn't even recognise yourself in 6 months, and it'd be the best kind of not recognising yourself possible. But let me tell you the truth. No one's coming to save you. I know that sounds harsh, but it will set you free. But no one's coming to fix your habits. No one's coming to rescue you from your own avoidance. No one's coming to force you to level up. Nobody's coming to change your body. Nobody's coming to change your mindset. Nobody's coming to help rebuild your identity. It's all on you. So click the link in the description and get your free copy of the Become Unfuckwithable Blueprint, because it will change your life. And here's the twist that should excite you, motivate you and get you turned on, because if you created the problem, you can create the solution, because you're not stuck, you're just unstructured. You're not broken, you're just misaligned. You're not failing, you're just underperforming your potential, because you know you've got limitless potential. You see glimpses of it and it makes you want to change. And that change, the moment that you realise, I'm done living like this. So if you want help making that shift, download the blueprint. But also, this is where the Power Hour breakthrough call comes in. 1 hour, full honesty, full clarity, system, strategy, direction and accountability. And you'll walk away from it knowing exactly what to do. But even then, the decision is yours. So click the links in the description, book a Power Hour breakthrough call, download the blueprint. But here's a bit of a funny part. So let me lighten the mood for a second, because leveling up is intense enough as it is. But when you do start leveling up, people all of a sudden start acting like you're weird. When you stop smoking, weird. When you stop drinking and getting wrecked every weekend, weird. When you stop eating junk food and shit, weird. When you start waking up early and chasing your goals, very weird. When you start healing yourself and subconscious reprogramming, people will say you're weird. They'll be like, bro, who kidnapped you and replaced you with this responsible version of you? Meanwhile, you sat there thinking, nobody kidnapped me, brother. I just decided to stop living like a muppet. And people laugh at growth until it starts working. Then suddenly they want tips, they want help. They start saying, bro, I want to be like you. But here's the breakthrough that you did not know that you even needed. Here's the truth that you needed today. You're not waiting for a perfect moment to start. You're waiting for a painful moment to end. Let me say that again. You're waiting for a painful moment to end, because change rarely comes from comfort. It comes from discomfort and rock bottom moments and realizing you need to change. You change when you finally get tired of your own excuses, tired of breaking your own promises, tired of waking up disappointed in yourself, and tired of hiding your potential, tired of pretending that you're fine, tired of wasting time, tired of being average, tired of living a life that does not match the man in your head. And when that moment hits, when the pain of staying the same becomes heavier than the fear of changing, that's when you'll finally level up and life will start working for you. Mental and physical mastery. Get excited about it. Not because I told you to, but because it's time that your soul needs to decide that it's time to level up. Because the self created by the cage that you must break, because most men live inside a cage that they've built for themselves. A cage made of comfort, avoidance, fear, excuses, patterns, habits, lack of structure, lack of identity, lack of accountability, and then they wonder why they feel stuck. Bro, you built the cage, which means you can break it. But your life changes when you stop trying to escape your feelings and start escaping the lifestyle that created those feelings in the first place. But here's the final challenge before I leave you and get on with my day. I've got sessions to do, clients to help, but I'm not here to hype you up. I'm here to confront you. You already know whether you're living at the standard that you should be. You already know whether your habits match your potential. You already know whether your lifestyle reflects the man that you could be. You do not need motivation. You just need honesty. And the honesty is this: your life will not change until you start getting sick of your own bullshit. That's when the moment hits, when your whole identity changes, your habits change, your body changes, your mindset changes, and most importantly, your future and your whole life and your whole trajectory changes. And when you're ready, click the link in the description and download the Become Unfuckwithable Blueprint or book a Power Hour breakthrough call. Not because I said so, but because you've finally reached the point where staying the same is no longer an option for you. Your next chapter does not begin with feel-good motivation. It begins with a decision to level the fuck up, physical and mental mastery. It's time to become unfuckwithable. I'll see you in the next video, but like I always say, don't click on the next video if you're not going to click on the blueprint that's free, that's changed so many lives, including my own. It's in the description. The link's waiting for you. I'll see you in the next video. Let's fucking go.